To obtain benefits from open data, various activities can be conducted, such as cleansing, visualizing and analyzing data, and sharing insights obtained from these activities with others. Which functionalities and tools are available in existing open data infrastructures to support such activities? This video relates to the infrastructure functionalities and tools that are needed for data governance and use processes. I focus on high-level functionalities, and various sub-functionalities can be found within these functionalities. After this video, you should be able to give an overview of high-level functionalities and tools that are provided by open data infrastructures, and to explain which open data governance and use processes are supported by these infrastructure functionalities and tools. What are open data governance and use processes? Some examples of such processes are data searching, analyzing, collaborating, visualizing, linking and combining data, data enrichment, cleansing, and quality assessment. These are just examples, and more processes exist. These processes should be supported by functionalities and tools of open data infrastructures. Now let's go more in depth. We will look at more processes and the infrastructure functionalities and tools that can be used to support them. And this video has been divided into two parts. In this video, we'll be examining the first part of the processes, functionalities and tools, and in the next video, we'll examine the second part. The process starts with data creation and collection. Data can be created and collected in many different ways. For instance, governments collect data as part of their legal tasks. Researchers collect data as part of a scientific study. And companies collect data from sensors and social media that monitor the behavior of potential customers. An example of a tool that can be used to collect data is a social media application programming interface, or API. Programmable Web provides an overview of various social media APIs, such as those for Twitter and LinkedIn. Then, a selection of the created and collected data can be published if this is legally allowed and the data is not sensitive. Data can be published on open data portals such as data.gov, 40U Centre for Research Data, and the European Open Data Portal. In addition, APIs allow for automatically importing and uploading datasets to the web. When data has been published and has become accessible for users, the Open Data Portal may require that the user registers and signs in. An example of a service that can be used for user identification and authentication is Unity. Unity enables login to a web service using various protocols. It supports the Lightweight Directory Access Protocol, or LDAP for short, and authentication can be conducted with various identity providers, including the EduGain service that interconnects identity federations around the world. Some portals allow for registration and signing in via social media accounts. Registrations and signing in is not required for all open data portals, but it is required for some of them, or for portals that provide data with different levels of openness. When users have access to data, they can start searching. This can be done by expressing queries, for example through SPARQL, the Simple Protocol and RDF query language. SPARQL is a query language to search across data from a diversity of sources. The use of a persistent identifier, or PID, makes it easier to find data. A PID is a unique identification and a permanent reference to a digital object. Examples are the Digital Object Identifier, DOI, and the Uniform Resource Identifier, URI. Data users can also manually search data, for instance by typing in keywords or by filtering search results. Tools like Elasticsearch enable multilingual search, geolocation, contextual "did you mean" suggestions, autocomplete, and result snippets. Other tools that may be used for automatic translation are Microsoft Translator and Bing Translator. After a dataset has been found, it is important to know the license that applies, since this has implications for the use conditions. Some examples of such licenses are Creative Commons licenses, Open Data Commons licenses, and the UK Open Government License, but many more exist. Some open data portals show specifically which licenses are used, while for others this is not so clear. For example, the Engage portal provides an overview of licenses. Another aspect that is important in determining which dataset to select is viewing or previewing the data. To get an impression of the quality of the dataset, one needs to have a look at its metadata. Some open data portals use tools that allow the user to have a quick look at the dataset without the need to download the data, such as the Microsoft Excel web app. When a user wants to examine a dataset more in detail, he or she can download the data. Sometimes it is possible to download data in a variety of formats, and the user can choose the format that serves his or her needs. Sometimes the data cannot be downloaded in the format required by the user. The data may then be converted or transformed to get a usable dataset. Tools like Excel Wrap can be used for this purpose. Excel Wrap is a spreadsheet to RDF wrapper. It can transform spreadsheets to arbitrary RDF graphs, or graphs in the Resource Description Framework format, based on a mapping specification. Thanks for your attention. In the next video, we'll be examining the second part of the processes, functionalities and tools, so click on the next video for more details.